Good morning, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your short take. So, yes, Donald Trump on Tuesday, I believe it was Tuesday, announced that he is running for the presidency for the third time. This is a man who is already in the middle of a trial for corruption with the Trump Organization. He is under investigation for his role in the J6 committee. He's under investigation for his role stealing classified documents out of the White House and taking them to Mar-a-Lago. And he is under investigation in the state of Georgia for election fraud. In fact, the only people under investigation for election tampering and election fraud are members of the Republican Party. I'd like to remind everybody of that before we continue on here. And Donald Trump, if he thinks that that will prevent him from getting indicted, is living in legal fantasy land, okay? Maybe he's employed Dr. Oz as his consultant on the legal front. I don't know, but nothing will prevent him from being indicted if he's going to be indicted. And I believe that they will indict Donald Trump. I will also tell you that what I read briefly this morning is that some legislators are considering invoking the 14th Amendment to keep him from running. I don't know where that's going to go. I have nothing more to report on that right now. I'm just throwing that out there. But my point here is that the media needs to stop fawning over this guy, okay? He is played up in the media because he gets attention. And when he gets attention, he spawns more attention from the public. And the media needs to sell subscriptions and papers. They know that the more views they get, the more views and more expansion their media world gets. We don't have to elevate Donald Trump anymore, okay? He is an American citizen. He is nothing more than that. He has done absolutely nothing to benefit the people of this nation, no matter how illogical his followers are. Now, they stood outside. I don't remember if it was Trump Tower or Mar-a-Lago, stomping on pictures of Ron DeSantis before this big announcement, which was quite disappointing for Mr. Trump. He does what he does because he needs his ego to be, smoothed over every now and then. He likes his attention, and only one person from the GOP, I believe, was in attendance at this announcement, and that was Madison Cawthorn, because he's been just about everywhere but where he belongs, voting on things. He's already missed more than 80 votes since losing in the primaries, because apparently Madison forgets that he still has a fucking job to do until January. But that's okay. We'll keep paying his salary. So that was pretty disappointing. But the most ridiculous shit I see coming out of all of this is that now we have everybody shifting over to Ron DeSatan. And we even have some outlets out there making the postulation that Ron DeSantis can return the old GOP. Ron DeSantis is a fucking fascist, my friends. He's like Donald Trump on some kind of fucking wonder drug. He's only 44 fucking years old. He's got a lot of empire building to go. Okay, he's already built a fascist empire for himself in the state of Florida. The notion that Ron DeSantis is the savior for the GOP, well, he might be able to pull all the fascists together that are still in office, but he's not the savior of the GOP that's going to return the old GOP. That's bullshit, okay? This guy is bad juju from day one. I don't know how anybody can see him as the savior of anything any more than I could see anybody thinking Herschel Walker is qualified to be, a senator from Georgia. But that's a whole different story. We're going to talk about that in another day. Ron DeSantis literally has browbeaten his own GOP-led legislature. They basically own the House and both chambers in Florida. They redistricted, and it wasn't good enough for him, so he vetoed it. And then he took over the entire process by himself, redistricted all of Florida on his own, and sent it back to them, and they rubber stamped it. It was challenged in the Supreme Court of Florida, and the Supreme Court of Florida upheld it. It's as simple as that. Now, the people who have filed suit against DeSantis for this have said they will continue. They will not allow this to stand. Let's hope that they do that. But the notion that Ron DeSantis is some kind of savior for the GOP is ridiculous. People, you know what? I have to tell you this. Number one, is it going to be DeSantis versus Trump? I don't know. But we can't sit back here and think that we've done all this work in the midterms and we can just relax now. These people are not done yet. Fascists don't give up that easy, okay? They know that democracy depends upon people protecting that entity. And they're counting on you to relax. The GOP is in disarray. This is when you go for the throat. I'm sorry. This is the way it is, folks, here in America. All right. They are going for your throat. You need to be equal to the task here. We have a long way to go yet. In fact, I believe there may be more than 147 seditionists in office now across the nation. Okay. Did we spurn fascism this time? Yeah, we did. But that doesn't mean that they're done. And I might want to tell you this. The media now is also gushing over Casey DeSantis, trying to position her as some kind of Jackie Kennedy, saying she has the influence of Nancy Reagan, like she's some kind of, I don't know, what do you want to call her? Feminine icon? Anything? First lady icon, getting her all ready for the White House? Listen to me. Behind every fascist man is a white fascist woman, okay? I'm sorry. You know, there are fascist women all over America right now enabling the right wing. Laura Ingraham is an example, okay? Ann Coulter is an example. She can bitch about Trump now, but she helped make Trump what he is. She wore Trump t-shirts. She waved Trump's book. She did all the rah, 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 okay? There are plenty of white fascist women out there who are just happy to keep pushing their men. Ron DeSantis is a very, very dangerous person, no matter what anybody thinks. You know, he is not going to be the man who returns the GOP to the GOP that we can argue over about normal, everyday, kitchen table issues. That is not what you're looking at in Florida. You are looking at restrictive abortion bans. You are looking at preventing trans people from getting health care. You are looking at redistricting that favored the Republicans to the point where I'm, not convinced that Ron DeSantis won in a landslide all by his onesie because he's so goddamn popular down there. You're looking at a man who used migrants already compromised and in bad situations, and in some instances injured from their journey to the United States. You're looking at a man who used them as political fodder and basically trafficked them to Massachusetts so he could make a political point. You're looking at a fascist, is what you're looking at, plain and simple. He is not the person that he is being made out to be, and no amount of smoothing his rough edges over by his wife is going to change that. Her job is to make him likable now. That's what they fucking do. They make them likable, like he's some kind of great thing for the country. Maybe, they can sell that to the average American who is a right-winger, that people can just gravitate now. All of his mega donors have gravitated to DeSantis. Now everybody's getting off that rat ship and getting on this rat ship because Ron DeSantis is a rat. He is not any better than Donald Trump. In fact, he is built in the image and likeness of Donald Trump. People, vigilance. We cannot stop now. I will talk to you all later.